How quick are you to trust new colleagues?
It's really important to think about how do we even start to get that powerhouse of a team?
Because if we're unable to create an environment for that powerhouse to form, it's just robots and AI, Debs.
Not the robots.
that are going to give us our ideas.
Yeah, but it's really important to be able to know where are we heading.
It's all a journey, and what you've inherited or what you're seeing right now, that just might be the first of many pages of success ahead.
Oh my God, I love that, Law.
Debs.
Law, you all right?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Oh, not bad. I just love the fact that we are sitting across the table in a beautiful space that enables us to have a right old chinwag about what's important in the world of work today.
Absolutely, Debs. And to be able to sit here and just have a real good look at a hot topic of our time around what makes a high-performing team. So here's a question.
Go on, I'm listening. Nothing to do with maths.
No, you're safe.
Okay.
I've got your back, teamie.
Thank you.
Is your team a powerhouse, or are you constantly patching holes?
Okay.
Imagine being able to design a dream team from scratch, not just filling seats, but strategically placing every piece for maximum impact.
Okay.
And I'll explain it like the leaders in the gaming industry would. We're not talking columns here. We're talking Tetris.
Oh.
So let's start at the beginning, the blueprint for how we form a team.
Okay, so this is such a hot topic, though. You're quite right, Law. So when we're thinking about teams coming together, what are you noticing when you're out and about and thinking about they're a great team or they're a team that are a little bit wobbly? What do you notice?
Well, I think even just defining what it means to be a team now has almost become more complicated. Because in the old days, a team, the metaphor I use is almost like a team was like a fortress.
Yes.
It was a set number of people doing a set of tasks. Physically, you might have all the same lanyard that got you into the same office space or the same environment. So it was very easy to see who are the other team members.
Yes.
I think one of the opportunities and the challenges nowadays is teams, it's almost like a festival with everyone sort of camping next to each other.
Like that.
And you might work super intensively with a couple of key people for a couple of months, and then your paths may never cross again. So that ability to be able to form trusting relationships as quickly as you can, and not maybe a facade where everyone's pretending to like each other and then you get one setback and it all kind of, falls to pieces. So what I'm noticing is the impact of working in different geographical environments. How do you communicate across different time zones? And how do you create that rapport and that trust?
Yeah.
Because best friends who are going to work with each other and support each other no matter what, that might not happen accidentally just because you're on the same payroll.
Yeah, that's true. I think you're right with the people around the world thing, because some people never meet each other. And I know we were working with a team this week that US and UK were coming together for the very first time. And it was just such really powerful to be in the room with all of them, because you could see them relaxing, getting to know each other. There was a little bit of tension at one point, but it was as how they worked through it. And, we were facilitating their conversations that enabled them to take it back into their workspaces. So I think it's a really important thing to consider. And communication is it.
Yeah.
With not communicating well, teams crumble and mistakes happen and things like that. So it's like, crazy times sometimes.
Yeah. But I think that's a really interesting point about communication, because I guess like any durable, resilient relationship in our life, you need quality time to be able to understand what might be the intentional meaning behind a little Slack chat message or, a little email that comes through. And we were working with a team the week before with whom it was the first time that people had actually had time to meet the outsourced support centre where all the admin functions had been outsourced. So it had been a huge amount of change that everyone had been through. And you could see that there was a real them and us culture that was building. Them lot, they don't understand how to have that conversation and they don't understand, what's important for us. And when you get the them and us together in a room, and then there's that realization of we're all just people trying to work in the best way that we can. And then it creates that willingness to want to help each other out. And when you have individual components in a team willing to support each other, you've got the power of that collective because we're stronger and safer together.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that you can also bring together different thoughts and ideas. So if you're getting them together, diverse cultures, backgrounds, history, careers, I think the minute you get them together thinking about different and being able to explore it and navigate their way through it, as you said, that's when a team thrives, right? So it's really important to think about, how do we even start to get that powerhouse of a team in place? Which I know is what we're talking about this time, isn't it, Law?
Absolutely, Debs. Because if we're unable to create an environment for that powerhouse to form, then where's your creativity and unlocking those new things? Otherwise, it's just robots and AI, Debs.
Not the robots.
that are going to give us our ideas.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone sitting next to someone else that they wouldn't normally cross paths with.
Yeah.
That's where that spark comes from. And that could be the biggest enabler to unlocking untapped performance, unleashing more opportunity to innovate, and then be able to increase your competitive advantage. So, but all these things might not happen accidentally, which is why we're going to be exploring what is the real tried and tested tool that enables us to be able to plan, spot and notice where's a team at and how you can evolve and transform performance.
So it's an oldie, but a golden one, isn't it, Law?
Debs.
Shall we explore more?
Let's.
So let's talk about forming then, Law.
How quick are you to trust new colleagues? Are you someone who starts at 100% trust and lets it get knocked down, or 0% trust that has to be built up? The Tuckman Team Dynamics model is a classic framework that reminds us of something simple but powerful. Trust is the foundation of high-performing teams. And in a newly formed team, that trust rarely is formed overnight. Just like the 4 seasons, each stage evolves into the next. Teams aren't static structures, they're living systems full of energy, personalities, pressures and politics. This model gives us a practical way to plan for success or course correct when things feel off track. If you're part of an incredible team right now, it's a reminder not to get complacent. And if you're in a difficult or even toxic team, it offers hope. No feeling is final. Seeing teamwork as a series of phases reminds us that things can improve. So, where does it all start? In the words of Katy Perry from her song Raw, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. It's really important to set your sat nav for success. So it's a great reminder of the importance of clarity, boundaries and direction. Because in teams, if roles are unclear, scope is vague, or people don't really know the plan, you may have a busy team, but are you set up for success? Probably not. Tuckman calls this first phase forming. And for any journey to happen, you need a destination. So this is the moment to set the Success Sat Nav. A productive team knows where it's heading. What are we trying to achieve? What does success actually look like? This is especially important if you've inherited a team. Never assume this clarity already exists. And whenever there's change, disruption, or a setback, effective leaders pause and reset the focus. It doesn't need to be complicated. One simple approach comes from the military called the 2-up intent plan. You explain the task itself, the context around it, and the bigger purpose it serves. Because when people understand why their work matters, motivation increases, decision-making improves, and ownership grows. A productive team is also clear on roles, who's doing what, and where responsibility begins and ends. Teams are often very polite at the start, but silence doesn't always mean agreement. It can just mean people haven't warmed up enough yet to challenge or ask. So set people up well, introduce them properly, explain the boundary lines, and schedule one-to-one time early on. Because like in any relationship, quality time might feel hard to prioritise, but it is essential for trust and respect to grow. Yes, there might be paperwork to complete, but the real magic of forming trust is listening. Plan the time in and honour it. Finally, a productive team understands the value of being a collective. When people can see how their work flows between roles, it reduces favouritism and alpha versus beta dynamics. Sales needs admin. Delivery needs support. Everyone contributes. So decide early on how you'll celebrate progress and protect team time. Because teamwork without the team, it's just work. So this is forming, setting the Success Sat Nav, knowing where you're heading, who's involved, and how you communicate along the way. Which works beautifully until you hit your first pothole, because when people care and they start to find their place, that's usually where the real work begins.
Oh my goodness, Nor, I absolutely love that. So what can we do about it?
One simple and powerful thing you can do in the forming stage is use the Z tool to convey the vision. It's a brilliant framework for explaining a change in direction, aligning a new team, project or structure, or rebuilding morale, energy and cohesion after a tough period. At its heart, the Z tool is about communicating in a way that lands with different people, not just the way we naturally communicate. You've probably heard the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But you can put salt in its oats. And that's what the Z tool does. It salts the oats by appealing to different preferences in your team. Some people want the big picture. Some want logic and data. Some want reassurance. And some just want to know what's in it for me. Being an effective communicator isn't something we get to decide for ourselves. Impact is always in the eye of the beholder. So this isn't about labelling people or putting them in boxes. It's about recognising that not everyone likes their porridge served the same way. So the Z tool helps you cover all bases, especially on busy or pressured days when clarity matters most. So what is the Z? It's 4 simple sentences. The past or current state. This reassures people the decision isn't random or impulsive. The future state, where we're heading and what we're moving towards. The rationale or the plan, so the thinking, the data or the actions behind the decision, and the benefit, what will make, save, improve or achieve. And most importantly, the personal whiffing, the what's in it for me.
So what is the best way to convey that to our team?
So here's how it might sound in practice. Historically, our team has worked in this way. From next quarter, we'll be moving to this new approach. The reason and the plan behind that is this, and as a result, we expect less wasted time and faster problem solving. So even if people don't love the change, they can usually move to accept it when there's a clear reason, direction and benefit. So here's the question to leave you with. What's one upcoming conversation where you could experiment with the Z tool and set the Success Sat Nav more clearly?
I'm just going to pause the episode here for a second. Firstly, to say a huge thank you to everyone listening and watching the Secrets from a Coach podcast over the years, but also to let you all know that our latest Secrets Shared resource is available for you with our compliments on our website. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code you see on the screen now. Now let's get back to the episode.
So Debs, what did you think?
Actually, it got me thinking, because some of the things that we need to consider are really easy to do if we just slow down and look and listen. And I love when you were talking about the importance of clarity. Boundaries are so important, making sure that we're heading in the right direction and that everybody understands the journey that they're about to embark on. I know we love the J word, but it's really important to be able to know where are we heading. And we know Tuckman calls for that, doesn't he? And when he's looking at that forming phase, you have to have your own sat nav going well and pointing you in the direction that's really, really important. So I just think we can't not do it. Whether you've inherited a team, it's a new team, something else is going on. I think that's the bit we need to know in order to keep it uncomplicated. Doesn't have to be complicated. The simpler, the better. Create the clarity and the understanding, and the team will start moving from forming into the next stage.
Oh, Debs, that's beautifully summarised. And I guess it's about having that confidence to recognise, what am I seeing that's going on?
Yes.
What does this team need? And if, there's opportunities to form or even reform, if you've inherited, as you say, a team.
Yeah.
So I think this particular stage of the Tuckman model is specifically useful for if you are a startup, if you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're galvanising lots of different people to come together. Some may be formally employed. You might have freelancers. You might have different people that you're working with. How do you create that space for those working relationships to form? It's also super useful for if you're a leader and you've inherited lots of different teams that have maybe had changes going on. Maybe there's a bit of fatigue and you need to really inspire even higher levels of performance and commitment. So I think the forming stage is a really useful place to start. And sometimes things can seem very complicated, but this is about creating an environment where those relationships can form.
Yes.
Because when there's that trust and respect there, performance is much more likely to happen.
Yeah, definitely. I think that leads into my call to action, I suppose, Laura, when we're thinking about how do we do it and do it well. And I think it's about creating a space to be able to come together, communicate and listen. So if we can listen to understand, not to answer, not to reply, not to think I know it all, but just that opportunity to create that space to explore it by listening, really going, what do you mean by that? So not being afraid to ask questions. I think that can really help a team to go, well, hopefully seamlessly through the next stage, which is always one people want to avoid.
Yeah, okay, good one. And I think my share the secret would be, if you are a leader who's inherited a team and you want to turn them from a group into a team, if you're an entrepreneur and you're in startup mode and you're kind of early parts of that founder journey, then get them to listen to this episode as a reminder for it's all a journey, and what you've inherited or what you're seeing right now, that just might be the first of many pages of success ahead.
Oh my God, I love that, Laura. So we bring on next topic, isn't it? The next stages, which we're going to talk about, which is the bit that can really create havoc. Love it.
Oh, Debs, yes. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water.
Yeah. Well, think twice.
Along came stage 2.
I love that. Let's bring it on for next time, Laura, shall we?
Let's.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
We hope you've enjoyed this podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Email us at contact@secretsfromacoach.com or follow us on Insta or Facebook. If you're a Spotify listener, give us a rating, as it's easier for people to find us. And if you want to know more, visit our website, www.secretsfromacoach.com, and sign up for our newsletter, here to cheer you on and help you thrive in the ever-changing world of work.